Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
I definitely think that there is a gap, but I think we need to do two things. One, we need to be clear about who should be responsible for what. I don't think the local authority or the National Health Service not doing something means insurers should instantly pick it up. But I also think what we need to do is we need to be able to put a price on those soft benefits. The reason I say that is because, if we are going to include certain things, so an hour of time with a medical professional costs money. And therefore, if you need to build that into a product, you need to build that into the pricing. And as somebody's already said, that can make you uncompetitive. I mean, I've seen motor premiums. People will change insurer for 50 pence. I've seen a 0.5% adjustment in rate will apparently impact your conversion stats by 7%. It's that price sensitive. Now that's motor, which is particularly price sensitive, but you get the gist. So I think what we need to do is we need to be establishing the value of these soft benefits. I mean, we need to be doing some things anyway, because it's the right thing to do. And I've talked about, employee satisfaction and brand and all those sorts of things. But if we can actually put a value on these soft benefits, it's then easier to sell them. I like the idea of there being let's call it a CSR element in the policy contract, because one of the other things we've learned over the last 18 months is we shouldn't have uncertainty. People should know what's going to be paid and what isn't. So, CSR, if there are elements that we might regard as CSR that we're definitely going to deal with, then let's build them into the policy contract. Let's work out the value of them, because that will then help us sell that product, which might be a little bit more expensive to the general public.
I also think there's an element of which vertical you're talking about. You've just mentioned motor there, but presumably in terrorism policies or political violence, kidnap, ransom, activist, whatever it might be, this type of movement has, an awful lot of benefit.
Kidnap and ransom is such a specialist line. Nobody really sells kidnap and ransom. Nobody buys kidnap and ransom other than certain real specialists.
Unless you're going to get kidnapped.
Well, exactly. It tends to be foreign diplomats and the like. And terrorism, from a UK perspective, is managed generally by Pool Re. I mean, I know there are other Lloyd's-based facilities, but the full cover, including chemical and biological attacks, is only available, I think, via Pool Re. So, but it would be useful for them to have that information. But again, I mean, it's thrown in on household covers, terrorism cover. It's not charged for. So if you're going to be providing additional services, and if you're almost going to be setting yourself up to, try and fill in the shortcomings of other bodies, that's going to get expensive.